Ça passe, amis moi. Welcome back to my channel. So today is going to be chapter 3 of the depression series, and this segment is going to be focusing on my mom's death. So just to backtrack from the previous videos, my mom was diagnosed with T-cell lymphoma, and it's cancer of the white blood cells. So it's not like every other cancer, because every cancer is different, but it's still a cancer, and she still had to get radiation and chemo and take like all these other meds and controlled substances. So I'm not sure the exact time frame when she was diagnosed, but I think it happened after I finished 7th grade. Come in! Hurry up! Anyways, but I do remember one day she asked my dad to come to the bathroom to show him something, and I think from there, that's when things started to change for her, and for us too. I didn't understand it. I didn't know what was going on. I did a little bit of research about cancer and the symptoms, the prognosis, the treatment. Yeah, so I'm gonna just keep this video short because it's something that I don't like to talk about, because it does get me emotional and it just makes me like cry if I really talk about my mom. And the reason why that I cry, not only because I'm still sad and I still haven't accepted it, but just like the immense guilt that I carry with me, because during my first 3 years of high school, like, me and her didn't really see eye to eye. I felt to the point that I did not want her in my presence. Like, her presence annoyed me, and I guess it's like regular adolescent stuff. You know how adolescents want to conform to their friends or like society, and they pull away from their family and are more into being around their friends. So that's how it was like with me, in a sense. Like, I just wanted to break free, because like I felt that my family put me on a tight leash. Like, they monitored where I would go, who I can hang out with, who I cannot hang out with. Like, I still didn't really have the freedom that I have now, and I was always jealous of my friends who did have the freedom. And I didn't really tell my friends about like my mom's illness, because I didn't want them to judge. I didn't want them to like stare. I didn't want them to like think about anything. So I just like kept it to myself. Only like a few people like of my friends like knew of her condition, but yeah, I don't really go around and tell everybody, oh, my mom has cancer and I think she's gonna die soon. But she died on April 3rd, 2011 in the morning at Queens Hospital. And it's so ironic, because like she was born in that hospital and then you end up dying in that hospital as well, and it just like happened so fast. I remember the eve of the night that she was admitted to the hospital and when she was pronounced dead. So it was a Friday or a Saturday. I think it's on a Friday. No, it was on a Friday. because she was coming home from work and she just wasn't looking so good. So I just like kept to myself, because even like before all that happened, like basically our relationship was just rocky and it was like up and down. Like she wanted to give me all the love that she can give me and I was just resistant towards it. I wasn't with it, and she would always ask like, oh, why does it every time when I drop you off from school, all your other classmates, you know, show affection to their parents by kissing them bye, but you don't do that with me? And I'm just like, I don't know, I just don't. Like, I don't want to. And also, like I said before, it was like that time that she was really irking my soul, and me and her would always fight, because it's just like I felt that she didn't want me to do anything. Like, she didn't want me to get a perm, but I already got a perm anyway. She didn't want me to wear contacts, so I didn't get to wear contacts until my senior year. I didn't get to wear braces until my junior year of high school. So it was just like, I felt like that she was just holding me back and sheltering me a little too much, which is true, because I really had to learn how to be on my own as soon as she died. And when I went away for college, I had to fend for myself because I didn't know how to take care of myself, really. I didn't even know how to do laundry. My dad had to teach me how to do laundry before I went to college. So clearly I didn't know how to do anything. I didn't really know how to cook, really. My mom didn't either, so it's just like, the fuck. But yeah, so anyways, so back to that Friday, and she was just like so slumped. So the next day, no, I knew something was wrong in the middle of the night, because I went to the bathroom and it just didn't smell right. I was like, okay, it smells like shit. But I didn't think nothing of it. It was in the dark, so I wasn't gonna turn on the light. So I did my business and I went to bed. And in the morning, I hear a thud, and mind you, I'm half asleep because I was about to just go back to sleep. And then I got scared, so I jumped right up my bed, and then I go in my mom's room, and then here she is on the floor, and I'm like, oh my god, what the fuck? Like, I instantly started crying because I'm like, what the fuck's going on? And she's just like, oh, I kept like pooping, whatever, and I couldn't pick her up. So I had to, first I called my dad, and of course he didn't answer. So I called my aunt, and I said, where's my dad? My mom fell, like, I need help. And she was like, okay, I'm gonna tell your dad. So I said, okay. So I hang up, and then she called again, and my mom was not trying to answer no phone. She was not trying to do nothing. So I called my grandparents, and I'm like, y'all need to come here because mom fell and I need help. So my grandparents came instantly, and my uncle stayed back, and he also had the condition too. He died 2 years later, and that's why I went back to school here, because I didn't want my grandparents to be lonely. So anyways, so during that whole day, my dad and my grandparents, you know, was like helping my mom, feeding her, monitoring her, and then my dad went to work, and he was gonna spend the night because my parents didn't live together. They were separated. So he went to work and then he came back, so we're still there. And I actually stepped out because I went to go see my friend and have like coffee with her, and I told her what was going on, and she was just, you know, she told me like, you know, just pray, just be there for your mom and everything, and just hope for the best. So I ended up going home, and I remember my mom was getting the laundry sorted out because she was gonna do laundry the next day. So she was putting her clothes in the bag, and I was just happy that I made her laugh. And then her health just started to decline so rapidly after that. She was in the bathroom with my grandma. My grandma just sitting there. She had a chair and just sat there. My mom just started grunting. And then my dad came home, and my mom was just not responsive. She was not like saying anything really. She was just like moaning and grunting. And that's when he called the ambulance, and then me, my dad, and my grandpa went to the ambulance. And there, my best friend came with his mom, my aunt came, and we're all just there. And long story short, she passed away. And that's it. I told her I was sorry before, you know, she passed, and my friends were supportive. They came to my house that same day, but not my boyfriend at the time. He was absent But like my other friends and my family members, they all came, you know. They were just really supportive. I didn't go to school for like a week or two, and like the whole school was like so supportive of me. They framed my portrait of my mom because I made that for her for Christmas, and I have it hung up on my wall. Yeah, I have it hung up on my wall in the living room. It's not that great, but I mean, it was my first time doing a portrait, and doing a portrait, I actually did a good job on my first try, and if I was to do a portrait again, it might come out better, I don't know. But yeah, we had the wake, we had the funeral and the burial and everything. It was just so much love, so much support from family and friends, and like distant friends, and just like strangers. So it was really nice. But I always have like this guilt that I carry with me because I was such a bitch to her. Like, I would curse her out, I would make her feel bad, I would make her cry, I made her scared of me and shit. And it just like, I just wish that I can just go back in time and I can just, you know, be that lovable daughter that I used to be when I was a kid. But I just felt so trapped in my family, and I did wish that I had another family. Like, I just wasn't happy, and also I was also depressed, but I didn't know what depression was, and she was depressed as well because of her illness, because it just changed her appearance and her immune system and everything. She was stressed, she had work, medical bills, credit bills, like you name it, anything. And she's just so strong. Like, I wish that I was as strong as her and my grandma, because my grandma became diagnosed with breast cancer. She's cancer free now, but she was diagnosed my junior year of college, and she had to get a mastectomy, and she was going in and out of rehab because the chemo had a negative effect on her. But like, I just thank God that she's good, and I try not to have history repeat itself. So I try my best and not to, like, you know, be agitated with my grandma and like come across as mean, because that's how it was with my mom. And I'm ashamed of it. I'm still ashamed of myself. I still feel guilty, but I know that she's good. I know that she loves me, and I know that she knows that I love her. I had a dream about her on that night after like she passed, and she told me that she was good. I asked her, I'm like, is your illness gone? And she said yes, and she said that she's fine. And I said okay. So just knowing that she's okay gives me like some form of relief, but I just wish that she was still here. I mean, I have a stepmom and I love her. She's amazing and everything. Like, she doesn't judge me. She's like that one person that doesn't judge me. Like, she doesn't care that I smoke weed. She doesn't care that I would drink. She doesn't care about what I do. She still loves me and she's proud of me for everything. So even though I still wish my mom was here, she didn't see me graduate. She didn't see me go to prom. She didn't see me go to grad school. She didn't see me have these 2 dogs. She didn't witness when I was pregnant at one point. In the next video, I will talk about my miscarriage. So yeah, if y'all have moms or dads or grandparents, whatever, siblings, just be kind to them, because you never know like when they're gonna die. They can get sick, they can get shot, they can get into a car accident. I just regret my behavior and how I treated my mom, because it still affects me, and I don't really talk about it because, like I said, it gets me emotional. But yeah, that's basically it. So thank you guys for watching, and please like and subscribe and tell your friends, and I'll see you on Sunday with a makeup look. So